Well, good morning, Danielle. Thank you so much, Daniela, for joining me and doing this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you actually got involved with ACEs Matter and tell me a little bit about yourself?
So I'm a grad student at Rollins College, going for my licensed mental health counseling degree. And part of the program, we had to do 100 hours for our pre-practicum for a social justice organization. And they gave us a list, and I decided to work with ACEs Matter because I didn't know much about ACEs. And so going into that, I opened my eyes about ACEs in general, and then all the importance of it and the consequences. And then Cindy just made it even better for me having that opportunity to learn more about it. And I decided once my 100 hours were done, I decided to stay and help out with anything that she has, just because I think that's such an important work to do.
Glad to hear it. Glad to have you actually in helping with this organization. So when you started your bachelor's, I did see that you for psychology, and then you said that you discovered ACEs for your graduate work. And so, what was it that helped you, I guess, refine your goal with your degree?
So ACEs Matter really made me aware of how important interventions are with ACEs, and then the consequences that have to deal with ACEs. So that made me realize, like, like when I graduate and become a licensed mental health counselor, not only am I going to have to help these families, children with whatever issues they're going into, but I want to incorporate ACEs into my work. Um, so I could actually like have a better understanding of what it is that they're going through. And so that completely changed my goal. Like now I like it's going to be about ACEs. Like I want to incorporate that as much as I can. Because I think everyone, goes through certain trauma in their lives. And for me to help them, at least early intervention, or try to see exactly like how we can deal with the consequences and how we can work that out.
Okay. Yes, I mean that's what I found. It seems like ACEs or adverse childhood experiences are the root cause of a lot of issues. So
Yeah.
you definitely, in regards to your space and being a counselor, you definitely will help many children and families with understanding that foundation. When you talk
Yeah.
about interventions, what was the interventions that you felt uh, that you think would be most beneficial?
I think just the main one is becoming aware of ACEs, sorry, of especially trying to prevent it. If anything, also like group work would be very helpful. Other certain types of skills like breathing work, I think that would be very helpful as well, to show families. But I think the main one is just letting them know, basically just starting that conversation about ACEs and what it could do in the future of the children and how that could affect families. I think that's like the main thing to intervene.
I agree. Yeah, awareness is key. And for you to say that that is an intervention, I never actually looked at it that way, but it is, because if you can
Yeah.
let individuals know and communities know, then that is the starting point of healing. And so with ACEs Matter, I guess that's definitely a perfect marriage for you in regards to your goal, because that's what ACEs Matter is all about, is making spreading that awareness. So then how do you feel that it will encourage you to help others in regards to in your practice, in your professional role?
So I would, like I mentioned before, like I would just incorporate ACEs. I would talk about the importance of ACEs, the consequences of ACEs if it doesn't get, that early intervention, or if it doesn't get like fixed later on. I would mainly focus on that. And then also with 'cause my focus will be on children. I want to work with
Okay.
children.
All right.
So I would try to do a lot of focus on that, and basically show parents or families the negative effect that it could have, and then show them positive ways that it could, we could try to fix it or intervene in some way.
Right. So in regards to counseling, I feel that counselor or licensed professional has an advantage when they know about ACEs. And so you will definitely have an advantage, I feel, regarding to relating and healing families. And I wanted to know, do you feel that that is something that all counselors need to know about?
No, I think counselors, it's like an ongoing learning experience for them. ACEs is just one of those things that we should have to know, I believe, as counselors, as long as like other areas in life that we need to learn about. Um, Especially with children, past trauma, past experiences, anything like that. It's something that's ongoing. You never really stop learning from that. So I think that certifications, trainings, it's something that's very important to always keep going. I have not been in that yet just because I'm still in,
Right.
I'm still in school. But
Mhm.
once I do graduate, I am planning on becoming very trauma informed on any type of subject. But my focus would be on ACEs. Mhm.
Right. Which it would pervade into other areas as well. I mean, it seems
Yeah.
ACEs impacts a lot of different issues in families and children dynamics. Being a mother yourself, how has it impacted you and how you're raising your children?
Oh, like it's been a huge change. So I have two boys, a 5-year old, he's turning 6 soon, and then a 1-year old. Before I would always go based off on how I was raised with my parents. That's because that's all we knew. Um,
Yes.
but then going into this work, and it's been a fortunate experience because I'm like, okay, this has to stop. Like I can't, repeat this trauma or repeat this generational cycle. So
Mm.
I'm actually one of the first ones because I'm the only one that has kids. I have other siblings, but that I decided like this ends with me, basically. And so I am relearning or retraining my brain of how it should be, how I should be raising my kids. And it's been a great change, honestly. I've seen a lot of trauma build up on me and like triggers and stuff like that with my kids because I wasn't allowed that when I was growing up. But I'm letting my kids have a voice. Well, not my 1-year old, but my 5-year olds have a
Right.
voice. Let them know that it's okay to say no to me. It's okay to for me to know what they're feeling, their thoughts, and to communicate. But so that's like a big change that I've been noticing.
And through
Mhm.
your work, especially with ACEs Matter, but you spreading awareness, you said it's an intervention. That is where it starts when you actually are able to impact how they view their parenting, how families view their
Yes.
parenting. So that's great. Well, I would ask one last question here is, how do you think understanding ACEs has influenced the way that you counsel or that you will? If you can give me a demonstration of an example, do you feel you vision yourself looking ahead of how you will incorporate ACEs into your dynamic with families or children?
Hmm. So I believe I would get like a background on the family first, what's going on with them, what's coming up for them, any type of issues that they want to work on. And then I will dig a little deeper based on that ACEs on the survey, those 10 questions to see if anything like that comes up for them. And then based on that, I would focus my therapy or my techniques or anything like that on that and see what I could help with them. And then also with the children on like the type of questions I would ask or play because I want to be a play therapist as well. I want to be certified in that.
Okay.
So based on that play, like how I would regain that focus with them, and then hopefully, get that all solved out.
Can you explain play therapy? I know I had told you that was going to be my last question before,
It's
but now
okay.
you've intrigued me. Can you go into that a little bit?
So for play therapy, the thing is that it's separate from Rollins. I would have to go to another college to get certified on that. It's not necessary, but it would be like a big gain to have that on you. So you have that extra work. So basically, you would figure out with kids, I don't know, pick like a certain blog or how they play with certain toys and how they interact with the toys or, the I don't know, if they play fight or something like that. That
Okay.
would give you like an insight of how they view their family, what's going on for them in their environment. And then from there you could kind of analyze and be like, okay, let's work on this area with them. So
So
it's
it's, instead of sitting on a couch talking to you as a child, it's, you know, you're not able to get as a lot a lot of information.
yeah,
I assume
no.
they're very guarded. They don't understand, but it lets the guard down when they're playing with
Right. Or
things.
even, yeah, or drawing. There's sand therapy as well, sandbox therapy. So I want to work from like birth to like maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 year olds, because
Okay.
they have very difficult, talking with adults or grown-ups, and I want to be that voice for them. So I think play for them, for kids, is such a huge way for them to let you know, hey, this is what's going on with me. I have like this big trauma. I have this big issue with my family, but I can't say what's going on, but I'm going to show you what's going on. So that's what I want to do. I think that's an important part of what I would be doing.
Great. Thank you for educating me on that. And actually,
Yeah,
as a parent, it's not as you get very apprehensive sometimes. I assume as a parent, if you're going to go to therapy with your family, and that allows you to know that your child will be in a relaxed environment, but still getting the help that they need. So thank you.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, I thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I really do. And you've let me know some things and about yourself and how you're parenting and how you plan to influence your community, especially working with children. All right. And
Thank
if you could sum up for me how you position ACEs Matter to be that vehicle for you that will allow you, what your grand vision is around that. ACEs Matter included into how you will counsel others.
you. So yeah, I just want to continue doing a lot of research, which
Oh,
being here with them has allowed me to do that. Ask questions and figure out exactly what's going on. And Cindy has been a great resource for me as well, because I ask her questions or she gives me insights or ideas. So that would be very applicable to what I would be working on in the future.
okay.
But yeah, mainly research and a lot of trainings, events that I have been, pleasure to be in.
Well, thank you again for all you do, and good luck on breaking those chains with your with your boys. I know you already are. That's great, and I look forward to seeing how you grow and actually influence your community, heal your community.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem.